Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Fuck faggots, fuck faggots, fuck faggots, fuck faggots.
You're such a terrible person, bro. Block this person, please. Let's block. Wow, they're not smart enough to unmute their microphone. Let's go. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I don't like gay people, honestly.
How old are you?
I don't even know.
Okay, you're
I'm
just fucked
faded
up.
out of my
How do you
mind.
not? How do you not know? Like what? That tells you average IQ of homophobe. You know, most intelligent homophobe right there. That you just heard it, everyone. Most intelligent homophobe. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 33.
Yeah, do you think that being lesbian is wrong?
Not at all. I'm a lesbian myself.
Space. Yo, W's in chat. W's in chat. Let's get the next person up here real quick. W's in the chat. Only send a guest request if you think that being a lesbian is wrong. Yo, we are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
50.
Yeah, do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Absolutely.
And why?
Do you know what they do?
Does that matter?
Yes.
Why? Does it matter like what me and my girlfriend are doing?
Well, no, not you and your girlfriend.
Why does
or
that
even
not
you-
matter?
Or even you and your boyfriend, but certainly not two women. My goodness.
Wait.
Ugh.
So why do you not care about what me and my girlfriend are doing, but you do care about what two girlfriends are doing?
That's the thought of it. Just think about it right now.
And what's wrong?
Disgusting.
Why?
Um, why? How do I put it into words? He's looking.
We're looking for the reason. I'm not seeing it. Do you see the reason? I'm not seeing it. Look, he goes. There he goes. He's ran away. He ran away just like that. No reason provided. Let's go to the next person. Everyone, tap that screen. Let's run it up to 150,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. If you want to support me, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, okay. Let's go to the next person, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you do think that being a lesbian is wrong, y'all. Only send a guest request if you think that being a lesbian is wrong. They always have that ringtone. That's so real, dude. That's so real. I got two flags, everyone. A hate speech and sexually suggestive content. I don't know what I did. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
31.
Yeah, do you think that being lesbian is wrong or moral?
I think Adora should be wearing pants when she's
Is this
doing
the
debates.
same person, bro? What the fuck
She
is
needs
wrong with you, dude? Let's just block this person. All right, thank you for giving me the time to block you out of my stream. All right, let's go to the next person. I'm like gonna add the cheeseburger person up. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19, bro.
For sure. Do you think that being lesbian is wrong or moral?
Yeah, it's pretty wrong in my opinion.
And why is it wrong?
So basically,
Any reason? Bro is going crazy. Okay, dude. No one say anything, you know? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Sorry, forgot to cancel my request.
Okay, for sure. Let's go on to the next person, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you think that being lesbian is wrong or immoral, y'all. People said, oh, I get it. Yeah, it's tough. Yo, only send a guest request if you think that being lesbian is wrong or moral, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20.
Yeah, do you think that being lesbian is wrong or moral?
No, it's fine. What's wrong with being lesbian?
Nice.
I thought you're lesbian.
Only send a guest request if you think that being lesbian is wrong or moral, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's get the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree. All right, yeah, give it a second, everyone. Give it a second, y'all. All right, let's try this next person. Oh my gosh. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
32.
For sure. Do you think that being lesbian is wrong or moral?
Adora needs to start wearing pants on her lives.
I'm gonna like scream, dude. Oh my. Please save me, Jesus. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
20.
Yeah, do you think that being lesbian is wrong or immoral?
Yeah, I guess. But
Why?
the reason would be I would consider it unnatural.
You consider it unnatural? Okay, what does unnatural mean?
Not present in, like, if we can like see it in other like species, etc. Like if they display the behavior. I don't know
Okay,
about
so
you.
we actually see like lesbians relations in plenty of different species, right? Hundreds of different species, if not
For
thousands,
real?
right? Yes, actually bonobos are our most common genetic ancestor, right? Or not ancestor, they're similar. They're the most similar in DNA. They have a close common ancestor with us. Like they're 97% our DNA. They are known for being lesbian.
So like two females.
Yeah, yeah, and penguins will actually form like lesbian relationships, and they will actually adopt members of their own species and raise them in these familial bonds.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I never knew that. I thought it was only like gay people.
Well, you can't say gay, but yeah, that's what
Okay.
we're referencing as well.
All right, then I can see it. I can see it. You win, Parker.
For sure, for sure. Let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you think that being lesbian is wrong or immoral, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
Yeah, do you think that being lesbian is wrong or moral?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
It's just, I don't know.
It's just I don't know. What do you mean?
Like, you know that one Fortnite season? Like the green one? Green for.
Save me, Jesus. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm alive. Sorry guys, hold on. Let me get out of the life.
Okay. All right. Only send a guest request if you do think that being lesbian is wrong or immoral, y'all. We are simply just looking for some debates. Okay, let's get this next person up here, y'all. What is happening today? I don't even know.
Oh, hi.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
30?
Yeah, do you think that being lesbian is wrong or immoral?
It's wrong.
Why?
Because the Bible says here, if a man lies with a man or a woman with a woman, they shall surely be put to death by God the Creator. Yes, this is in Leviticus 20:13.
You think that lesbians should be put to death?
I know so. Yes, God can bring wrath upon such people.
And you think that's good?
Yes, because it's against His will. He made us, and we're going against His will.
That is such a wild view. But I'll ask you this question, right? Do you think that how do you know that the Bible is justified in describing these claims to be true?
Because it is true word of God.
How do you know that?
It's there to guide humans, to guide us on how to live life here.
How do you know that? How do you know the Bible is accurate in describing this?
Because I speak to God too.
You speak to God directly.
Yeah, and I hear God too.
Appreciate the dollar. Thank you so much. There are lots of people who have claimed to hear God and then claim it's justified for them to kill people because they've heard God. Lindsay, thank you for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How do you know that what you're hearing isn't the devil?
Devil can manipulate people. And
the devil seems to be manipulating you into thinking it's okay to put lesbians to death.
And I know how Lucifer works.
And you don't think Lucifer would try to get you to like put people who are lesbians to death when Jesus came here and actually lived with people, right? Jesus didn't command for lesbians to be put to death.
Jesus came in to save us from this, and Lucifer is trying to convince us to think that is okay. But people are going also against.
Oh, wait. So Lucifer disagrees with the idea that lesbians should be put to death?
No, Lucifer agrees with it.
So Lucifer wants that. Wait. So Lucifer wants people who are lesbian to be put to death.
He already has them. He doesn't need to. They already.
No. Does he want them to be put to death?
They're already his.
No, does he want them to be put to death?
Yes. And
Yes, he does.
Yes,
So
and
why
he
is
will.
God doing something that Lucifer wants him to do?
And Jesus came to save those
Why
people
is God commanding something that Lucifer wants him to do?
because Lucifer, with his pride, was cast down here. So now his aim is to get
Yeah, but it seems like God is doing exactly what Lucifer would do.
No. No, it's a rough.
Wait,
and
you
it's
said
a punishment.
you said that they both want lesbians to be put to death under your worldview. You said that they both want that. Okay?
Well,
So it sounds like they're agreeing.
No, God sent Jesus to save his children.
Apparently not.
You saw there was things from your perspective that you couldn't see that your parents thought were just. So God has a different perspective than you, and he knows what is fair and not fair according to him. And you can't put that in a box, just like the last guy was saying.
Oh, Rip Parker's live, but welcome in everyone. So I like it sucks. Parker's really been going through it. But like all of this is so are you saying that from God's perspective earthquakes are good?
Say again?
From God's perspective earthquakes are good.
That's not true. I never said that.
It's like you're like dancing around what you're trying to say, but you're saying that God is like a higher reasoning for all of it, that God does it just and it has like benefits that we just couldn't possibly understand.
Because would you agree that if there was an intelligent mind that created the universe, you like us as humans, we wouldn't be able to understand the way he processes things?
I don't think that no matter like how high of an intelligence God is, I don't think that God could ever exist in contradiction.
In contradiction with a human?
No, just like in contradiction with himself.
What do you mean by contradict? How does he contradict himself?
Yeah, because he's both all good but also does evil things.
You would say an earthquake is evil?
I would, yeah.
But it's only evil if there's a creator. If there's no creator.
No, I both think that there isn't a creator and that earthquakes are bad.
So so how are they bad if there's no what about them is bad?
They kill people.
So I just don't really understand what you're trying to say.
Earthquakes are bad. God caused earthquakes. Earthquakes are bad. God can't be all good if he's causing bad earthquakes.
How do you define bad?
Things you ought not do.
Like, just give me a couple examples.
Murder, rape, genocide.
Yeah, like
leaving a pipe bomb in a parking lot. Like, I don't know.
So, I mean, there's certain things that you would consider as bad, but they don't. But like, okay, so like for example, like like medication. There's certain medication that doctors give people that you could say is good for them, but it does bad things to their body.
Such as?
Like morphine, it's a super dangerous drug, but you could say it does good things for patients.
Yeah, I'd say that depending on how it's used, it's like probably a net
It's a
good.
bad drug. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's well, but depending on the circumstances, it's a net good. Like if used properly, the goodness would outweigh the bad of like addiction.
Yeah, so the way that God cursed nature outweighs the goodness, or doesn't outweigh the goodness of the earth and the
So can you explain what goodness comes about through earthquakes?
That's not what I said.
But you said that the God cursing nature, the badness of earthquakes doesn't outweigh the goodness of, and then it seems you've left it vague, but this doesn't make logical sense to say anything other than earthquakes.
Well, that's what the topic that we're talking about right now.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that you think the good outweighs the bad in terms of earthquakes.
Yeah, the good does outweigh the bad
Yeah.
because
So what is the good of earthquakes?
no, the good of life outweighs the bad of earthquakes.
Yeah. So why can't then that's even more reason why earth earthquakes shouldn't exist at all because earthquakes take life. So you could have more life if you had less earthquakes.
But what would happen if we had more life on Earth?
People would get to live longer and more fulfilling lives.
I'm saying if there was more people on the Earth, what would happen?
That's just not how carrying capacity works. Like it's just gonna be like a question of do we have enough resources to support this many people? And then if there's just simply not enough resources, then people won't be able to survive. So nature just takes care of itself. There's like no risk of us. There's certainly no risk of us like running out of space or anything ridiculous like that.
So your description of good and bad, you're trying to define God in your description of good and bad.
Well, we're talking about it's just an appeal to
I
your
know,
intuitions.
but you're saying like an earthquake is bad, but that's in your perspective.
No. So it's the way that this argument functions is by appealing to specifically your intuitions. This argument doesn't function if you think that like people senselessly dying is good.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, I know, but you agree
It's
that
not
people
up to me.
senselessly dying is bad. Earthquakes
not.
cause this, therefore earthquakes are bad.
Yeah, earthquakes are bad for sure.
Yeah, and God caused them, so.
Yeah, but there was a reason for what he did. We don't get to live on Earth after we disobeyed him.
We don't get to live on Earth?
I'm saying we don't get to live the same way that he created us after we disobeyed him. It's balance.
No, it's not balanced. Do you think the newborn who dies in an earthquake disobeyed him?
He doesn't interfere with us.
So do you think prayer is useless?
No, prayer is very useful.
But if he's not going to interfere with us, then what's the point?
You can have an intimate relationship with him through prayer.
So prayer is just relationship building. He's not actually gonna like you if you pray to him asking for things, or like if you pray that he saves your child dying of cancer, he's not actually gonna do anything.
No, he listens to your prayers.
But is he gonna like interfere with any of it?
What do you mean by interfere?
Is there a chance that God like interferes and stops a kid dying of cancer? If you pray to him and say, God, please spare my child, don't allow him to be taken by this like pediatric cancer, is it possible God interferes and takes the cancer away?
Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, if I know what happens if I'm gonna say yes. So, I mean, yeah, I guess yes. I'll say yes. Like,
yeah. So yeah, God does interfere. Then that means that you've contradicted yourself. There's no reason why God can't interfere and take away earthquakes.
I get it. I just say I don't have like the complete like knowledge on the subject to like that question is probably out of my like range of like what I know on the subject. So, yeah.
No, that's fine. I mean, I think you see the contradiction there. Like either he doesn't answer prayers, which I don't know. I think that's like probably a defensible view.
He does answer prayers for sure.
Yeah, it's
I
just like against
don't know
Christian
the full extent
doctrine.
of how that works, and that's my fault on my how much I know about the subject. So
no, you're totally good. But I'll probably move on to the next guest, and I appreciate you coming up here.
Jesus loves you, bro.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Make sure you're double tapping on that screen. Let's get to 60K likes. Share it with your friends. Leave a comment as well. It's good for the health of the stream. If you want to join the community, there's a link to the Discord in my bio. I would absolutely love to see you there. We talk about religion, politics, philosophy. You might need to access the link through a browser, but regardless, it's a great place to be. I direct at every single person every single time that I go live. I really love it there. I think you would really love it there. And with that, we'll go to the next guest. Nope, that one didn't come. Hey, thanks so much for the money gun. I appreciate it. Damn, I love it when people in the comments get like psychoanalytic. Hey, how's it going? Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like you're driving, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. You got to be 18 or older. Please believe in a God. No yappers, and what's the last one? Yeah, you can't be driving. Yeah, those are the ones. But no, there was like someone in the comments who's like psychoanalyzing me. They're like, oh, well, you just believe this because of childhood trauma. It's like, oh, that's nice. No, I love speculating about strangers on the internet about what their childhood is like, even though I have clearly no fucking idea. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Hello. I've been in here for a while, so I'm really just not gonna go in like depth about why I know God is real, because it kind of seems like you're too ignorant to really understand what I was trying to say.
But no, why did you join if you think I'm too ignorant?
That was before I started listening to everything you were saying, so I just wanted to get up here and prove my point. But
Yeah, go ahead and prove your point. Do you have an argument for the existence of your God?
it's really not even an argument. When you have that experience with God, it's really, you can't explain that. You can't explain that.
Yeah, I can. So the spiritual experiences are actually just a result of stimulation of the right temporal lobe, which is also associated with things like creativity and imagination. You have spiritual experiences because a part of you wants to have spiritual experiences.
Oh, is that true, huh?
Yeah, it is. You can just like this is all
but
information.
you don't
that you can
believe that
easily
everything
Google,
is connected?
Connected in what way?
Like everything is connected. Like the guy that was in here saying like you have to be thinking about it 360.
Do you think that guy was cooking? That guy was the biggest yapper I've ever encountered.
Like that. All I said was that I agree with what he was saying. You cannot break down any of that stuff. Like it's too hard and it's too overwhelming for our brains. You can't break that down. You can't explain the way that God mysteriously works. That's not how that works.
So that's totally fine. But I would just ask you, so do you think that God exists outside of logic, then?
I think that there is much more beyond your two eyes that you understand.
But do you think God exists? Like, do you think God is logical, that everything he does is in line with logic?
I believe that there is a creator and we are the creation.
You're just preaching. Like this has,
I'm not preaching.
You're saying like NPC talking points. This has nothing to do with the question I'm asking you. I just want to know, like, do you think God, does everything God do, or does God need to fit within like laws of logic?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so could God make a stone that's so heavy he can't lift it?
What? I feel like when you ask these questions, it kind of just, it makes people not really want to answer any of the things that you say, because that's not what anyone's trying to really do. They're just trying to tell you that God is real. Like, you don't have to believe anything that I'm saying or anything that anyone else is saying, but you can't.
I mean, you're just refusing. You're again just proselytizing. You're preaching. You're not actually answering any questions.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Isn't that what a debate is about?
Wait, a debate is not about preaching. I'm asking you questions to arrive at contradictions in your worldview. It's dialectics.
I've been
it's the
watching you
Socratic
contradict
method.
yourself like a lot of the time on this live.
Yeah. So can you point out some contradictions in my worldview?
I'm not gonna sit down and break down all the stupid shit you said on
so
this
it sounds like you don't have any examples.
That's like the dumbest thing I think you can ask somebody.
It sounds like you don't have any examples, and it sounds like you're big mad at the question, and it kind of sounds like you're running away.
Big mad because everybody's proving.
Wait, you think I'm the one who sounds big mad right now?
Everybody's telling you shit that you don't want to hear. All you gotta do is be willing to open.
I want to hear logical things. If you can give me a logical reason to believe in God,
okay,
I'll believe
open
in
your
God.
mind and your heart, and then you can feel God. But other than that,
so I've already explained to you that these are all the results.
Brain, because you're choosing not to understand.
So I've already explained to you that spiritual experiences are the result of stimulation of the right temporal lobe, that you experience these things because you want to experience these things. But again, it seems like you're just running away from the conversation. I'm asking you if you can find a contradiction in my worldview, and you're just yapping, you're preaching, you're proselytizing.
You're yapping.
There's no yapping here. Just saying no you
is yapping.
Is no you, that's what you have?
What?
No you? That's like your entire argument?
No, what I'm saying is that you're being ignorant and you're choosing not to understand what people are saying. Like everybody's listening to you.
Help me understand
but you've been contradicting yourself.
Hey, thanks so much for the raid, AJ. I appreciate it. Y'all are so nice.
Immature guess. I think I'm a little bit more mature than this guy. I just think y'all are a bunch of
Do you actually think?
Yeah.
I think it's like a pretty sad reflection. I think you should like introspect more.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna go in depth with you here because I've just been watching you be ignorant this whole time, and
I
I've
mean,
been
it sounds
getting
like you
tired,
can't, but go for
I'm
it.
kind of wore out. So,
Yeah,
bye.
that's fine. I mean, I think it's an odd choice to come up here just to complain about how you're not gonna debate, but hey, thanks so much for the hat and mustache. And that will go to the next guest. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Thanks so much
I'm
for the
doing good,
gift,
man. How
by
you
the way.
doing?
I appreciate it.
So, like, I just wanted to, like, come on here and say, like, I think you're a very smart guy, but, like, I don't think you're really, like, going as deep as you could. Like, I think you should talk more about, like, you know, the book of, like, the book of Nicaea, and, like...
Wait, are you a theist, or?
I mean, no, I'm a Christian, but I used to be atheist, and I can understand
Oh,
why
wait,
you
so
would
if you're Christian, then you're theist?
I mean, I am a theist, yeah.
Yeah, okay, wait. So which wait, okay, first of all, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Oh, you gotta be 18 or older. It's TikTok TOS, sorry. Make sure you double tap on that screen. Let's get to 70K likes.
What's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Do you think
I'm
God
good.
is
How you
real?
doing? Of course.
And which God specifically do you think is real?
I believe in God and I believe in Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior.
So do you have an argument for the existence of your God?
As to the existence, no, I don't have an argument towards that.
Okay, so why should I believe in your God?
The thing I was going to touch on too is when you were talking about the earthquakes, right?
Yeah, sure. So that's fine. I can run my arguments. So
Yeah. What
for
was the
those of us
question
who
again?
just joined, because I want to make sure the audience is like right there with us. So the argument is just that I don't think an all good, all loving, all powerful God could possibly be compatible with the existence of gratuitous natural suffering. Things like earthquakes, for example, things that aren't the result of people's free will, but are the result of the way God must have made nature. That God made nature in such a way that it would have earthquakes when he could have easily just not done it. So I would ask you, if God is all good and all powerful, why did he make earthquakes?
So obviously you've done some research on this, right?
On what specifically? On like earthquakes, on Christianity,
no. I'm
on
talking
the
about
problem of evil?
No, I'm talking about like the Bible and like just the history.
Sure. Yeah.
So you are aware that things like this have happened over time since biblical days, right?
Yeah.
And it's been like well, like when a land is diseased and sick and corrupt and wicked, right? He got rid of the whole entire land plenty times before, correct?
He got rid of what? The whole? What do you mean he got rid of the whole land?
Like he wiped out lands and the whole community.
Yeah, sure. So, and do you think that it was good? So when he wiped out these communities, do you think that it was good?
Yeah, because the land was wicked. It would have produced.
So please, continue.
It would have produced more wickedness would have came from that. So he took families, children, everything, because it was pure wickedness.
Are you saying that earthquakes are just like him eradicating the land?
Yes.
So, and you think that when he eradicates the land, that it's good?
I believe that it's for a purpose.
So do you think that earthquakes are good?
I believe that the earthquakes are done for a purpose. I'm not saying.
Yeah, but do you think that they're good?
No. I don't put a good or bad on it. I believe that it is done for a reason, for a reason, to get rid of wickedness.
Yeah. Okay. But do you think getting rid of wickedness is good?
Yes, of course.
So you think that when earthquakes get rid of wickedness, is that good?
Yes, I do.
So earthquakes are good, is what you're saying?
Yes.
So just say that you think. I just want you to say that you think that the 60,000 people a year who die of earthquakes, that's good. 60,000 people a year dying from earthquakes is a good thing to you.
I believe that when that happened, it happened for a reason of God's purpose.
But would you mind just saying like word for word that it's good that 60,000 people
Oh
a
no,
year
no, you
die
won't
from
get me to say
earthquakes?
that. You won't get me to say that online.
Well, but that's what you believe. You just said that earthquakes are good.
I believe that it is good for God's purpose.
Yeah, and do you think God's purpose is good?
Yes.
So you think earthquakes are good?
For
Just say
God's
it.
purpose, I do believe it is good.
Just say it.
I just said for God's purpose.
No,
I do
say
believe
that it's good that
You won't get me
60,000
to-
people
I
a
won't-
year
no.
die from earthquakes.
You cannot get me to say what you want
Well,
me to say. I'm
it's
telling
literally
you
what
it
you
is.
believe. You believe that these people are being like expunged by God via earthquakes, and you think that that's a good thing.
It's
So you
happened
think
from
that 60,000
biblical
people a year
days.
dying from earthquakes is good? That's what you're saying. You should just say it.
What I want to know is, would you ask me that when this happened back in biblical days? When he
For
wiped out,
Wait, I mean, I would ask you this at any time. I think
when
that earthquakes are always bad. Yeah.
No. I'm talking about like, all right. So back in the biblical days, there was a time when he wiped out a whole civilization with sulfurs of fire. It was fire, I guess, fireballs wiped out a civilization. Right? Would you ask me then?
Well, we're
if
just
he
talking
did
about
that for a
earthquakes. We're
good-
not talking about fireballs.
Why? It's still a devastation to a whole.
Well, I'm just asking about earthquakes specifically.
But why are you putting a cap on it though? What's the
because
difference?
I think that if we establish that earthquakes themselves are evil and God does earthquakes, then that means that God is doing an evil thing. Therefore,
hold on.
God cannot be both all good and also do an evil thing. That's the logic.
But hold on, no. But don't hold on. All right. For one, it is never said that God is 100% all good.
So you think that God is not all good?
When he punishes, his wrath comes heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's always said his wrath is heavy. He doesn't give you a slap on the wrist for his wrath.
So do you think that God is not all good?
I believe that God, yes, I believe he's all good, but I believe when he has his wrath, it is heavy.
Wait, so do you think that God is all good or that God is not all good? Because the specific thing that you just said is that it never says that God is all good. So
Yes,
it's like a weird
he's
thing to
all
bring
good.
up unless you think that God is not all good. It's one or the other.
I believe for 100% he is all good.
Okay, so if he's all good, then how can an all good God kill newborns with earthquakes?
Because that's his wrath on probably on a wicked land.
So do you think that the newborn deserved it?
I believe the civilization went through it. He didn't. He doesn't put listen. This is like when he said a bad tree produces bad fruit, right? So you don't just wipe out one tree branch from a bad tree. You take the whole tree down.
So wait, can I just ask you a question about like specific earthquakes? So in 2004. 227,000 people died in the Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. Do you think that these 227,000 people deserved it for being wicked?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I can't.
Yeah.
Speak on
So I'm just well, but if you think that the only reason God would do this is to to decimate wicked populations, do you think that this population was indeed wicked?
If that was God's purpose, yes.
So you think that the people of Indonesia, you think that the people of Indonesia who died in this earthquake deserved it?
No, because I don't know. I don't know the people of Indonesia. I can't speak on them.
But you think that if God did this, then the people must deserve it?
I believe in God's plan. I believe if God did it, he did it for a reason.
So do you think that these people died? Do you think that these people died for a reason?
If it was God's reason, it was good, yes.
But did these people die for a reason? They died from an earthquake and a tsunami.
And God allowed that to happen.
Yeah. But was this a part of God's purpose?
Yes, it was God. Everything is a part of God's plan and purpose.
Yeah. And if something is a part of God's plan and purpose, is it good?
Yes, maybe he's bringing his children home.
Yeah, so you think that the earthquake and tsunami that killed 227,000 people was good?
Sometimes in death there's life. Maybe he brought his people home.
Wait, I just want to be clear. So you think that it's good because it was a part of God's plan and God's plan is good?
Of course, his plan is always good.
Yeah, but I just want to, you think that the earthquake and tsunami that killed 227,000 people was good?
In his plan, yes.
That's crazy.
Why is it crazy?
Because you just said that 227,000 people dying in an earthquake is good.
You only see death. There's life after death.
Wait, so what about for the people who are like atheists? Is there life after death for them as well?
I'm not atheist. I can't speak on them. I'm a Christian.
Oh wait, yeah, but I'm asking like for me, like if Christianity is true, is there life after death for me as well?
There's life after death for you, correct?
Wait,
And
so like
look, and you would probably see. I can't speak for you because you're not a believer yet, and I believe your time will come. But when you get to that stage, you'll start to think, okay, you don't live forever. Your time is going. Your clock is going to expire, and when it does, you're going to say, okay, well, where are you going afterwards? Or do you believe your eyes just close and you're done and that's it? Chapter closed.
like more or less. I think that we have well, first of all, we can't actually know, but I see no reason why anything other than our eyes closing and our time being over would happen.
And then you don't believe there's anything after that?
Nope.
Well, one day
I don't think that we have any evidence to say that there is anything after it. I don't know. I guess I'm agnostic to it.
Okay, so all right, so you don't know yet.
I'm agnostic to it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's possible for anyone to know what happens after death.
All right, with the possibility of that there is life after death, there's a heaven and there's a hell, right?
I mean, I don't think so, but you think so.
I think so. So if God calls his people home, right, and he does that in the way of 600,000 people who died, but he brought them home to him out of this hellhole we live in. Because I'm pretty sure you've gone through shit. You can't say your upbringing and your life has just been peaches and cream.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but specifically what I'd be interested in is like the people, the 227,000 people. Not all these people were Christians. I'm not sure what percent of Indonesia is Christian. Let's find out.
And then I got one more question for you as well.
So only 11% of Indonesia is Christian. So the vast majority, 89% of this 227,000 people just died and went straight to hell in your worldview.
But they're not Christians. But what are their other?
Yes, So why would God do this to them?
No. Hold on. Because they're not Christians. What do you mean? You don't. What's their faith then?
It's 87% Muslim.
And Muslims still believe in what?
They still believe in God. Wait, so are Muslims going to heaven?
Why would they not?
In the Christian worldview, you think Muslims are going to heaven?
You don't believe so?
This is just like completely anti the Christian worldview. The Bible literally says that the only way into heaven is through Jesus.
It's through
These
Jesus
people are
Christ.
not going through Jesus.
And hold on, so who is it that the Muslims believe in? They
believe in Allah.
They have a different name though, right? But it's still one
they
God.
have a different metaphysics. They don't believe in your God.
No. You need to do more study. They have a different name, but it's still one God.
No, but it's a completely different God. You believe in three gods, or like three gods in one. They believe in one God.
Hold on, what do you mean we believe in? You talking about the Holy Spirit?
Yeah,
Jesus
you believe
Christ?
in the Trinity, presumably, unless you don't believe in the Trinity.
You talking about Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and God?
Yeah, the Father, the Son,
It's
and the
all
Holy
the
Spirit,
same.
yeah.
What do you mean three? It's one. That's all one.
Wait, so you think the list, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is one entity?
The Father is the Son. The Father is the Son. The Son is the Father. It's all one.
No, wait, this is like heretical. The Son is not the Father.
What?
The Father is not the Holy Spirit.
What?
The Holy Spirit is not the Son.
You need to really read the book.
This is like you're literally just doing heresy. Like I shouldn't be teaching you about your own religion.
No. You listen. You need to read the book for real. You need to really read the book. You really need to read the whole
diagram. And like this is like I don't even need to do this is for your sake. Like I'm not even Christian, but let me I can just like show you the diagram. Wait, like you think the Trinity is true, right? Yeah, so just like check this out. So the Father is not the Holy Spirit. The Father is not the Son is not the Holy Spirit, etc. They're all God, but none of them are each other.
Who and whose Trinity is this?
This is like the Trinity.
What do you mean made by who?
I can pull up another one that's exactly the same.
Oh, whoa! Why you passing that? Why are you
I mean,
passing that?
it's just like pulled up
Go
the
back.
Wikipedia page
Go
for the
back.
Trinity.
Show me that.
Yeah, it's.
Why you try to run from that, bro?
There's nothing. I'm just closing the tabs so we can find more examples
bro.
of the Trinity.
You saw that shit and tried to get out of there so quick.
It was a blank white page. I was. Wait, do you think that this is like a gotcha? I was just trying to pull up more pictures of the Trinity. More pictures of the Trinity that disagree with you.
Yeah, okay, you got it. I'm good on this. Hey, you got it.
Yeah, wait. Do you still think that the Father is the Son? Oh, bro, ran. Well, I hope we all learned. Oh, also Wikipedia is like, I love Wikipedia. It's great. Make sure you're double tapping on that screen. Let's get to 90K likes. We're almost there. Drop a follow as well if you're enjoying the stream and you want to see more in the future. Damn, I love it when guests don't join. I think it's so interesting when the comment section is like double you guessed, when in fact, if you agree with the guest on this, to basically every Christian, you're going straight to hell. Like to the Catholic Church, you're going straight to hell. To the Roman, or like to the Orthodox Church, you're going straight to hell. To most Protestant sects, you're going straight to hell. There's only like one niche Protestant sect where you're not going straight to hell. Like, to be clear, if you don't believe in like that form of the Trinity, to most Christians, you are going straight to hell. Hey, how's it going? Good. Okay. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Damn, you should have your links pulled up before, ahead of time if you're gonna play like a funny video. Damn, I just have like no one who wants to join. Oh wait, maybe I had. Oh no, I don't. But hey, make sure you're double tapping on that screen. We got to 80K. Let's get to 90K. We're almost at 90K. Drop a follow as well. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
How's it going?
Do you think God is real?
I do.
And which God specifically do you think is real? And which God specifically? Do you think is? Oh, okay. There's like an atrocious delay. Nah, I'm good. Back to it, I guess. Back to the trying to find even a single guest grind. Hey, is that Jillian? Thanks so much for the subscription. W, Jillian. I appreciate it. That's so kind of you. But hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Well, I've already talked to you.
Yeah, we talked yesterday. I just wanted to retouch on something we talked about yesterday,
What's
just real
up?
briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to reiterate kind of my stance on the whole arc thing that we were talking about yesterday, because you'd asked me before, whenever I came on here, do I believe that the Bible is true in its entirety? Do I believe that it's infallible? And I kind of said, like, hey, there's certain things in Revelation that I believe, potentially are parable, because, like, you'd have to admit that, like, there's, a woman of a certain job title riding on the back of a dragon, things like that. Mm-hmm. Certain things in the beginning of Genesis, I also read through it and question, is this literal, or is this a kind of a story that was taught down to early Israelites, basically? The ark and the flood are two things that I've kind of wondered about, that like I'm kind of on the edge about that. I don't really know for sure. So yesterday I was talking about two different points of evidence that kind of are points that I was saying, okay, is this evidence that a flood could have happened, or is this evidence that the ark could have happened? And then you kind of took that as me saying, okay, the ark definitely happened.
Jillian,
okay,
thanks so
prove
much
your
for the
theory
$6.66 on Venmo. W, Jillian, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Hey, Jillian. Anyway, you were saying, okay, well, now you have to prove that the ark happened, or that the flood happened, because you've brought up these 2 points of evidence, and I didn't feel that was really a fair discussion to say, okay, now I have to prove that the ark happened because I brought up 2 points of evidence suggesting that it might have happened.
Yeah, so what are your 2 points of evidence?
Well, one, I was trying to figure out the timeline. So whenever I hear this debate, I mean, I'd watched the Kinham debate. I've watched a couple other debates on it. So I'm not a pro on the discussion, but whenever I hear people talk about evolution, they're always talking about how it takes millions and millions of years for evolution to occur. But then in the same breath, oftentimes...
I want to clarify that really quick. So it takes... evolution is a process that happens over millions of years to like create substantial changes, but evolution in like tiny micro ways is happening between every single generation.
Yeah, I've even heard you talk about that, how like, in flies you could see progress happen, or you said about in flies or in small organisms in one of your streams. I watch your streams a lot. I find it interesting.
Well, I appreciate that.
I also like to be prepared to, I actually, I can't follow any accounts right now for some reason. It's been like this for several months. I've tried resetting my TikTok cache. I can't follow anybody, but I would be following you if I could.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. But
yeah, it's actually a common.
Oh, I'm sorry, but what are your pieces of evidence?
So trying to figure out the timeline on how long ago or how long it's taken evolution to occur. One, I see that people say it takes millions and millions of years for it to occur, but then we also see new animals popping up every single day. Species of animals popping up every single day. We see new types of fish that were just undiscovered before, and they rename new types of fish every single day. And then you talk about how within flies, that evolution, and within small organisms, evolution can occur over a single generation. So to me, that makes it seem like, okay, well, how is it that it's taken millions of years for it to occur whenever we're constantly seeing new species pop up and new species gain territory over old species and wipe out old species, and there's like new species of bees that have just come up that are wiping out other species of bees. And to me, that makes it seem like maybe it's something that has happened more rapidly, and that makes me wonder on if it may have happened over a shorter time frame. And then the second piece of evidence that I had brought up.
Can we focus on the first piece?
Go ahead.
So when we discover a new species, it's not that the species didn't exist. It's not that they just popped up out of nowhere. It's that we didn't know about it, or at least we hadn't like classified it yet. I think I don't know what the statistic is. I could certainly find it, but I'm pretty sure the vast majority of the ocean is like just completely unexplored. There's lots of parts of the Earth that we haven't like particularly explored either. There's like lots of micro variations where it's very possible that a human did see it, did like see whatever animal, but it just like looks so similar to a different animal that they didn't even realize that it's like a completely separate species. So these animals existed. They're still like, and evolution is not a thing that happened over a time period. It's a process that has been happening since life began and is still happening to this day. Like humans, there's like microevolution happening in humans from generation to generation. It's not finished, and it never will be finished because it's like kind of just logic. But in order for big changes to happen, for large organisms like humans or mammals, it takes tons of years. It takes like millions of years. But for things like you could create a single cell organism and like a colony of single celled organisms, and you could have evolution like play out in real time right in front of your eyes. Like you could see evolution occurring in a day as certain animals evolve to like, for example, you can see a bacteria that's exposed to penicillin be like evolve resistances to penicillin over like a couple of generations. That evolution is very much a thing that you can see happening before your own eyes.
To me, that seems like it's a contradiction, though, because like if it's taken millions and millions of years for us to adapt and get to where we are, it seems like, you know, those we'd be a lot more advanced if we were able to just randomly evolve and be able to make these new progressions every time we are introduced to a new thing. So to me, that kind of seems like evidence, okay, maybe it's happened over a shorter period. Also, just another thing that comes to mind whenever you're talking about the evolution of humans, this is kind of off topic.
Wait. Can I just, like address that? Because I think that there's like a tiny bit of confusion here. So, in terms of like you're confused about how it can both be like a thing that happened over millions of years and also a thing that can be observed in like just a couple of days. It's because like the unit for evolution is just going to be generations. The generation of bacteria is incredibly small. You create more bacteria, like they're I don't know, like how long does it take for a bacteria to reproduce? Once every 4 to 20 minutes. So the reason that we can see these things like playing out, but it takes much longer to see this in animals with much larger like spans of generations, is because bacteria reproduces every 4 to 20 minutes, whereas humans reproduce maybe twice in the span of like 100 years.
If humans take such a long time to reproduce, what do you think has made it so that we've evolved over the same span as all these other animals? What do you think makes us so intelligent over other animals? I mean, I get that many types of animals have their own type of intelligence and type of ways in which they've survived, or else they would be extinct. But I don't see like a lot of, I mean, I have two cats. They're not standing around debating each other about philosophies, and they're not debating about the existence of God. So like, what do you think gives us the edge?
So I think the thing that, the reason why evolution favors us specifically being intelligent, I think probably comes down heavily to things like our hands. The being able to understand things and follow very logical progressions is good when you have a very versatile body. We can grasp things, we can use tools, we can create tools. If we're more intelligent, we can create better and more nuanced tools, and also like actually game out and use reasoning in our head about how we're going to use these tools. I think that our anatomy lends itself well to intelligence, and a similar thing pops up with like octopi, for examples. For example, like their body can do a million different things. It's very versatile, and they're also very intelligent. They're smart enough to have a lot of different uses for their body. I think that's why humans are so intelligent. Whereas if you look at like a fish, there's only so many things a fish can do with its body. Like it can swim, and that's like it.
Well, I mean, if you're an atheist, then I would assume that you believe that, you know, we're a species of great ape, or at least that, you know, we're Homo sapiens, right? That we're of the
I think
family.
both of those things. We're Homo sapiens, and Homo sapiens are a great ape.
We are the least physically capable of all the great apes.
Yeah,
so I mean,
true.
there's some small ones that, you know, might not be as physically strong as us, but they're all more coordinated than we are.
Yeah, and it's
they're
because
all
we
stronger
rely.
than we are. They are faster.
We rely less on our ability to like tear creatures to shreds like the chimpanzee might, and we rely more on our intelligence and our like dexterity, our coordination, and our ability to make and understand tools, plus our social orders that humans would not have existed if it were not for like our extensive social order. Like one human with a with a spear might be able to take down a lion, but like 10 humans with spears certainly can take down a lion. Like this is just what history tells us, like the fossil record.
Forgive me if I'm misunderstanding what you just now said, but it seemed like you were implying that, you know, humans are more intelligent, that we have the edge on other animals because we have, you know, we have physically capable features that have allowed us to gain intelligence and be able to, you know, experiment more. But then whenever you compare that to all of the other apes, why are they all not massively more intelligent than we are? If they are way more physically capable, they can way more physically experiments or be able to convey, new types of knowledge with their abilities to you know, survey terrain or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, well, first of all, these apes are highly intelligent. They probably can communicate with each other and tell each other about the terrain that they're surveying, but also like the part of their brain that involves things like tool usage. Like they can use tools, but they don't use tools like we use tools. Tools are like our bread and butter. Like this is like one of the things that humans evolved for. Our hands are incredible. Our capacity for language and social, like we rely heavily on social communities. That's another thing. And these parts of our brain for language and social skills have also evolved with us. We rely on tools.
My
so
question is, why have we
with that?
Why do you think that we have gained this edge over apes? Why do you think that we've, you know, taken the route of becoming so incredibly intelligent, so incredibly, I wouldn't say social. Sometimes I wonder if apes are maybe more social.
No, I think that we are probably like some of the most social creatures on the planet. I don't think I'm not sure. I don't know of a creature who has like stronger social bonds than we do.
I'd say probably bees, ants.
But bees don't have like, that's not like a part of their, bees and ants are just like hardwired. Like they don't have like they don't have social skills. They just have like, I don't know.
They can basically read each other's minds. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But yeah, I guess, I mean, even though you've kind of given me an answer, I still don't see how that gives us an edge over, I mean, other types of Homo sapiens, other types of animals that clearly have.
Homo sapien means human, so other types of humans or
other. Alexa, what is a Homo sapien?
It's a human.
A Homo sapien is a human being, which is a member of the species called Homo sapiens.
Alexa, what does Homo sapien entail?
I don't know that.
Okay, I thought that Homo sapien was like all forms of, you know, great apes, and that there were
no,
you know, the species that lead up to human beings. You know, when you see that chart where it's like there's a human and there's something slightly less human and slightly less human until you see an ape. I thought that all of that was encased under Homo sapien, was my impression.
No. So Homo sapien is just like humans. The thing that came right before us is called Homo erectus. And so Homo just means, I think Homo just means ape, and then erectus, or maybe it means like great ape, and erectus just means like rational, I think.
I learned something new today. And yeah, the just back to what we were talking about before, the second part of evidence that I was referring to is that if you were to assume a long timeline, my assumption, if I were to go in...
Erectus is just like, it refers to the way we walk. It means upright.
Okay. Yeah, I did take science classes, so I do remember some of that. Like, you know, you link the different... This line of animals have, you know, spines that bend. This line of animals walk on all four. Yeah, I remember some of those things. So.
Yeah. So I guess the reason that we're Homo sapiens is because we're great apes and we walk upright.
I'm learning language.
Yeah, I mean other apes don't do that. They like slouch a little bit.
Cool. So the other thing that I was bringing up to you is just kind of being evidence, and why I assume maybe that the flood exists, and why maybe I assume maybe that the ark exists, is because if you were to assume that things have happened very gradually over a long period of time, then I would assume if I was viewing the universe that way, that, you know, there wouldn't be these strict sets of families in animals and in species to where they're able to interbreed with all of each other, but they're not able to breed with anything else. So I gave the example of, you know, a house cat.
Similarity.
They have genetic similarity. The fact that they're all able to interbreed with each other, but not able to interbreed with anything outside of their family, makes me wonder, okay, do these things have a recent common ancestor that they all came from? And the fact that you have... Okay... My question is, could that have been the ancestor that came off of the ark?
Did you run this objection yesterday? Like, this is just not how evolution works.
Yes.
This
Well,
like evolution.
I mean,
how long ago was the ark?
It'd be Alexa. How long ago, under biblical account, was the ark?
According to the Bible, the Ark of the Covenant was built 3,000 years ago.
Three.
It was a wooden and gold-plated box.
Alexa, cancel. Oh no, that's the Ark of the Covenant.
Covenant. That's not.
Yeah, no, that's. I was gonna say, I thought it was longer than that. I think it's dated between 4,000 and 6,000 years ago, but I could be wrong. Hey Alexa, how long?
Around like 7,000.
Alexa,
years ago
cancel.
is what it seems.
Okay. So anyway, if you were to assume that reality was true, and that the ark happened, and then all the animals came off of the ark, then you would have these very specific set of animals. There would be something that today that we could just define as feline, and then from that feline, all of its descendants would be able to interbreed with the different types of feline, but they wouldn't be able to interbreed. The descendants of that feline wouldn't be able to interbreed with the thing that we would today just define as canine. So the fact that you have all of these...
Can they currently interbreed with it, or...?
No, you can't. There's nothing that you can take that is any type of feline that can breed with any type of canine. So if you take a lion, it can breed with a cheetah. It can breed with a leopard. There might be incompatibilities. I don't know. I know that certain species of dog can't breed with other species of dog because it causes complications. Like you can't breed a lab.
Adam,
you can't
thanks so
breed
much for the $6.66. I appreciate it. W Adam in the comment section. Yeah, wait.
You can't breed a male Great Dane. Oh, sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No. I was just asking what you were saying.
Yeah, you can't breed a male Great Dane with a female Chihuahua because the female Chihuahua would die whenever it got pregnant. Like, there's certain incompatibilities like that. But for the most part, canines, you have wolf dogs. So you have, like, a canine that is half wolf and half German Shepherd, or half wolf and half husky. But they can't breed with anything under the feline family. So to me, that makes me wonder, okay, if that was the worldview that you have, if the ark... happened and then all the animals came off of the ark, their lines that would branch down from them would be able to interbreed, but they wouldn't be able to interbreed with the thing that was they wouldn't be able to interbreed with the canine that came off of it. To me, that makes it seem like potentially the ark could have happened.
Well, again, this is just not how evolution works. So if the ark happened, like, evolution doesn't happen in just like 7,000 years. Like, it takes much longer for this level of differentiation. Like, so you think the common ancestor of, like, lions and panthers and...
Can I cut you off for a
house
second?
cats, etc. was just, like, this common ancestor just came from the ark?
Yes, I get that you would believe that if you believe that the Earth actually existed for millions and millions and millions of years. But that's with the assumption that the Earth did exist for millions and millions and millions of years, that you wouldn't kind of come to the conclusion, okay, evolution doesn't happen that rapidly. But if you have the assumption, or if you consider the possibility that the Earth hasn't been around that long, then you would assume, okay, maybe evolution happens more quickly. And maybe that's why we see these new species popping up. Maybe it wasn't that we just haven't discovered it, because we've been here for quite a while. The Industrial Revolution.
That's just not true. Again, so we know that the Earth, we know the age of the Earth via processes like radioactive dating, for example. Like
that's what you were telling me about the other day. I got to look into that again.
Yeah, so that's just how we know what the age of the Earth is. But with that, unless you have a critique of that, that's like a pretty strong indication that the Earth is actually like billions of years old, or is it? How old is the Earth? 1 second.
13.8 billion. Oh, sorry. That 13.8 billion is how old the universe is. The Earth is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, that's the universe is 13.8.
Yeah. So 4.5 billion years. So unless you like have a critique of that, then it seems like my explanation is just going to be better. That evolution does in fact, like, we have fossils that we know are from much older than biblical times. So we know the scale of evolution from just that.
Yeah, I've looked into the method of carbon dating. I actually haven't looked into that method before, that what you're talking about right now. But I guess that until I look into it, maybe I'll do that, and maybe if I ever come on here in the future, I'll give you a response to that. But if you were to try and measure the accuracy of a clock, say you have a clock in your bedroom right now, and you're trying to figure out how accurate it is, you can only say, it's 100% accurate, and you watch it for 10 days. You don't know how accurate it is past that 10 days, though. Because the second you look away and quit measuring it, it might take off by a second.
We know that things are older than what we've observed them for. It's just math. Like we can tell tell how old a rock sample is, even if it existed long before humans existed, via like uranium lead dating, for example, which can stretch back to 4.5 billion years in its ability to estimate.
Okay, well, currently, since I don't have a lot of knowledge around uranium lead dating, say uranium lead dating is that clock. You're able to measure the accuracy of uranium lead dating, I'm having a hard time saying that, until you quit observing it. Because for all you know, in 2 seconds, if you're measuring the accuracy of it right now, in 2 seconds from now, for all you know, it can be off by a second. That clock that you're watching in 2 seconds from now, even though it's been accurate up till now,
arrived at this via math.
But you don't know that if it could be largely flawed, if it in the future,
do you have a
because you're
reason why
only
it might be largely flawed? Like if this is largely flawed, then like chemistry as a field is fucked.
Well, I don't have a reason why it might be largely flawed. I don't have a reason why, a clock that you're trying to measure the accuracy of to try and see if it remains accurate might be off by a second in a couple of seconds from now, whenever you've quit observing it or whatever. But as far as measuring the accuracy of something and then saying, it's accurate for millions and millions of years from now, you have to observe it for millions and millions of years from now in order to be able to know that.
It's just math without a critique of the reasoning that goes into uranium lead dating, or like you would basically just have to be saying that we don't actually know the half-life of these elements, and we do. It's
okay,
again,
so
just math.
My bedroom clock is going to be accurate to the very second in 10.8 billion years from now. How I know that? It's been accurate for the last 2 years that I've observed it, so I know that it's going to be accurate 10.8 billion years from now.
So wait, do you think 1 + 1 = 2?
Yes, I believe.
Do you think that 4.5 billion years from now, 1 + 1 is still going to equal 2?
Probably, but that's not something that can objectively be thrown off course.
Yeah,
to my knowledge.
Neither is half-lives. Yes, exactly. Neither are half-lives.
The accuracy you've observed half-lives being accuracy to the point of which you've quit observing.
Wait. We don't figure out what half-lives are based on purely observation. We have like formulas to calculate half-lives, and then these formulas are accurate because there's never been an instance of the half-lives not conforming to the formula, absent outside intervention. It's just math. In the same way, 2 + 2 = 4. Uranium lead dating is accurate.
Well, I've learned something today. I'll continue to look into that. You said it's radio something measuring. Uranium lead dating. All right, I will look into it. I had a fun time talking today. I was actually thinking about going into the whole "is God good" thing with you, but I kind of wanted to retouch on yesterday just because I was wanting to re-specify what my views were on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway.
Well, I appreciate you coming up. Hey, make sure you're double tapping on that screen, and with that, we'll go to the next guest. Oh, this guest looks like a fetus. Hold on, I don't even need to wait a minute. But you should also drop a follow if you're enjoying the stream. Sucks that Parker got banned. That's crazy. I don't know. Again, like dude's really going through it. I think that sucks. I don't know. TikTok is so cruel. I think that it's like one of the reasons why. I don't know. I'm not sure how much longer it's gonna last. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
I'm doing okay. What's up?
Can you get closer to your microphone?
Can you hear me?
Oh wait, someone said Parker got. I don't think Parker got banned. He probably just got like. Wait, did he get banned? It's a massive rip if he did, but I don't know if that's true. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think God is real?
You know I know God is real.
Yeah, wait, so what's your argument this time? Because in the past you just haven't had arguments.
I just wanted to remind you that God does not exist within the boundaries of Ian's logic.
Oh, well, this is
And
just going to lead to like a plethora of problems for you. So, do you think if God doesn't exist within the boundaries of Ian's logic, can God make a rock that's so heavy he can't lift it?
he's already done that.
God has already made a rock
he's
so heavy he can't lift it?
Yeah, that's called his word.
Yeah. So, and oh God, bro's talking in metaphors.
And
Can God make a literal? Do you know what a rock is?
Well, he's already
TR, thanks so
made-
much for the subscription. I just need to make sure that you know what a rock is, because what you said is
I very well know what a
whack and
rock
has nothing
is.
to do
I'm
with
just
what I'm
telling
talking
you
about.
that the logic that you're trying to surf on.
Yeah, wait.
is
I just
not
need an
God's
answer to the
logic.
question. Can God make a rock, a physical rock, not a metaphor, not his word, a physical rock so heavy he can't lift it?
He's already made a rock that's so heavy he can't lift it.
So what's the physical rock? Wait, so can God lift that rock?
He can't.
So then God's not all powerful.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so if we say someone is all powerful, then they have all powers. If God doesn't have the power to lift the rock, then he is not all powerful.
He's a loyal God. He's a loyal God. Let's just say it that way.
Yeah, so this has nothing to do with what I just said. So can you give me a reason why this doesn't entail that God is not all powerful?
Because he does what he says he will do.
God, wait, so this can you explain to me what the question that I just asked you was?
Well, you're trying to
You're just yapping. Can you tell me what question I just asked you?
You're trying to make me explain something that doesn't make sense.
I know your God doesn't make sense. That's the conclusion I'm trying to lead you to.
It doesn't make sense to you.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, and it doesn't make sense to you either, unless you're operating under a different set of logic.
And that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
So wait. So just to be clear, you're saying that your God doesn't make sense to you.
He doesn't make sense to me when I operate on a human logic. Yeah.
So what
that
logic
makes
do you
sense.
need to be operating on for your God to make sense?
And that's what I'm telling you. He's already made a rock that's so heavy.
What logic do you need to operate on? What
around.
logic do you need to operate on in order for your God to make sense? If it's not human logic, if God doesn't function under human logic, if he is illogical under human logic, what logic does God make sense under?
We could call it faith logic if you want to.
Oh, well, faith logic is just not logic, because faith is belief in the absence of evidence, and beliefs should require evidence. You shouldn't believe something if you don't have evidence for it. Faith is a bad method of arriving at truth.
But we have plenty of evidence. You guys just don't want to see them.
So what's the
problem.
evidence?
That's why I call you. That's why I'm saying I always tell you that you guys operate in bad faith.
What is the evidence?
Are right there.
What's the evidence?
Can you be a little more specific? Just give
You
me
said
a
that
case.
there's evidence for the existence of God. I'm asking
all over. Like you're
What's the
breathing right
evidence?
now is an evidence.
And if there is evidence, then that means you wouldn't need faith, but you do need faith, as we just established.
Well, you guys are the ones that need evidence.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. So faith is a bad form of logic because it's belief in the absence of evidence. Logic under faith is no logic at all because logic a logical conclusion requires evidence.
Which are in abundance. But you
Yeah,
don't want
so
to
give
see.
me if the evidence is in abundance, then give me some.
I just gave you one. I said that even the simple fact that you are able to breathe in and out thousands of times is evidence.
That I'm able to do what? Thousands and thousands of times?
Breathe.
So why does it, can you take me from step 1 to the end, why does me breathing mean that God exists?
Can you manufacture breathing? Can you make it happen yourself?
Evolution made breathing is
you-
what I would believe, and evolution is a simple theory then, or is like a much simpler theory than
No.
believing in an
I want you to
imaginary
tell
friend.
me. I want you to tell me how you can make something breathe in a lab. That's what I'm saying.
No. So evolution made things breathe over millions of years.
Evolution made things breathe?
Yeah,
What?
correct. Yeah.
Evolution is what you use to explain, to rationalize
Yes.
the way things happen. I'm asking you.
Science is good, actually.
me.
Yeah.
Well, science was men observing the greatness of God. That's what you need to understand. Science.
So wait, but you agree that evolution did happen?
I don't disagree with that. I
Okay.
agree with that.
So if you agree that evolution happened, then there's no need for a God in the first place, because you also agree that evolution is what caused things to breathe.
I never said that. I said evolution was the only way for man to explain what they observed. I never said it's the source.
Do you think evolution is false?
No. No.
I'm confused what your objection is then.
Well, I'm saying, like, we're talking about the same things, but you put in too much weight on evolution. To
What do you,
me,
evolution is probably true. What do you mean putting
it
too
is
much
true.
weight
I'm
on
not
it?
saying that it's false.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not saying that
in what
it's
way
false,
am
but
I
I'm
putting
not
too much
calling
weight
it
on
what it's not.
evolution? We evolved a respiratory system for, I'm not even sure what purpose our respiratory system or probably for like blood flow. Yeah, for like resource distribution. That's why we evolved breathing. So that
Before I
all
let
of our
you go
cells
further-
could have the proper
before I let you go
resources so that we
further,
could survive as multicellular organisms. Yeah.
I feel like we're not gonna go that far. Like, I can see where you're going, but before we go there, I just want to make my points. I just want to say what I want to say, and then if you want to go all over the place, then you're free to go. But allow me to just say what I wanted to say.
Wait, is this going to be related to evolution, or is this just you preaching? Because if it's related to the conversation, you're more than
Have I
welcome
ever
to
preached?
add it in. You don't need to ask my
Have I ever
permission.
preached to
You don't
you?
need to request like anything from me if it's related to the conversation. If it's not related to the conversation,
Well, you guys kick people out. Like,
yeah,
without
if
even
you start
asking
preaching, I'm
them.
gonna kick you. Yeah, correct.
Well, I never preached here.
Yeah,
here.
well,
Like,
and I'm telling you,
three
if you
times.
start preaching, I'm gonna kick you.
Well, the other times that you kicked me out, I wasn't preaching. I was just telling you.
Yeah, there's yes. So preaching is sufficient for me to kick you out. It's not necessary for me to kick you out. There's other things that I will kick you out for.
Like what?
Like like not being able to answer questions, as you in the past have not been able to do.
Well, I don't remember any instance in the past where I wasn't able to answer.
Yeah, well, so I
questions.
just asked you for like
find
examples of
myself
me being
kicked
like
out.
bad faith, and you couldn't provide a single one of them. So then I kicked you because you accused me of being bad faith, but couldn't substantiate it even a little bit.
Well, when you know things and you're asking me questions, making me look like I'm the stupid one, how do you want me to answer?
I want you to answer honestly. I think the best thing that you can do when you've arrived at a contradiction is say, wow, that's a really good point. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll think about that.
Well, what I wanted to say is related to what we're talking about.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah. So tell me what you wanted to
not-
say. But keep in mind, no preaching.
So what I wanted to say was, God has already allowed atheism, and you are proof of it, right? And you should stop using those examples because it's not disproving God's omnipotence. God is all powerful, whether you want it or not, understand it or not.
But this is in reference to like the stone that's like so heavy he can't lift it.
Yes, that and the other thing that I just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
He's already allowed atheism, and you guys are proof of it because you're always asking for proof of everything.
Well,
He's
wait,
already done that.
so okay, we have two competing views. So, under the Christian worldview, it's true, atheism can exist. Under the atheist worldview, it's also true, atheism can exist. So this evidence is at best a wash. The existence of atheism doesn't prove that your God is real. One sec. Why the fuck would it?
Well, you're asking people if God is capable of doing that, and I'm telling you, He's already allowed it because you guys exist and you're millions in the world, right? And He's patient, like I said yesterday, He's been very patient with you guys because He wants people to be redeemed. He wants people to change their mind. He wants people to repent. So, trying to use that to prove that He doesn't exist to me doesn't make any sense. You know, it just
So all you need to the way that my logic functions is just the Socratic method. It's pointing out contradictions in your worldview. Do you think contradictions are logical?
Contradictions within our human logic doesn't make sense.
Yes.
But if you want to compare God's logic to our logic, of course you're gonna find contradictions.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but do you agree that do you think that you should believe in things that are illogical?
I believe in God.
Yeah, but do you think that in general you should believe in things that are illogical?
Well, I know where you're going because, yeah, God to you is illogical. So my believing in God is equivalent to my
Wait,
illogical.
Let's just go one step at a time. We can reach the conclusion when we reach the conclusion, but do you think that it's good to believe in things which are illogical?
In our human perspective, it's not. I've already said that.
Yeah, okay. So then from my human you agree that God is illogical. So from my human perspective, you would also agree that it's bad for me to believe in God.
Yeah, it's bad for you if you want to stay in the lowest realm. Let's just call it that way, because wanting to see things only from the human perspective is pretty low.
Well, the only perspective that I
stay
can
there.
see things from is the human perspective. To be clear, I'm a human. This is the only perspective I do have. This is the only perspective I will ever
You're
have.
human, but you have a body, you have a spirit, and you have a soul.
Cool.
Right?
I don't think I have a spirit or a soul, but that's nice.
Well, that's why you might need to like dig a little deeper. That's why everybody that comes up here that believes in God tries to tell you that there's more to this thing than
Do you have any
meets your
evidence that
eye.
there's more to this thing?
I am evidence that there is more, and all the people that went up here are evidence that there
Yeah,
is
so
more.
how is
You're the
your
only people
existence?
that
Hey,
don't
thanks so
want
much
to
for the
see
team
it.
bracelets. I appreciate it. How is your mere existence evidence?
I'm not just saying me. I'm talking about all the millions and millions and millions of people who have said what I've just said before I did, and the ones that will say the same thing after me, right?
Hey, thanks so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. So how is
You
this
might call
evidence?
us crazy.
Do you think
You
that
might
just
call
because
us.
a lot of people believe in something that means that thing is true?
You might call us crazy, but there is a reason for people to be that
Wait, so
crazy,
the question, you
right?
didn't answer it. The question was just, do you think that if a lot of people believe something that means it's true?
Well, you'd have to put it through. You'll have to put it through test to like.
Well, yeah, yes, exactly. So the way that we
And that's
test
what
these
we're doing
beliefs,
right
I
now.
think
That's
that
what we're doing.
I
That's
think
what we're
that
doing. We're
popularity of a
asking you
belief,
questions.
I think
That's
popularity
what
of a
we're
belief
doing.
is no evidence for a belief. I think logical consistency and mapping onto reality is evidence of a belief.
Yes, I agree with that as
Yeah.
well.
So so you think that the evidence for a belief is being logically consistent and mapping onto reality. So you already agree that your worldview is not logically consistent, and you can't give me a single way that your worldview maps onto reality that my worldview also does not map onto reality.
Well, Jesus coming to live as a man is literally a good example.
No, it's not, because I think
The
Jesus was just a
spiritual,
man. I don't think he was the son of God.
for the
There is
spiritual
there is no
coming
evidence
meaning
that
the
Jesus was
physical.
anything other than a man.
That's where you're wrong.
Yeah,
That's
so
where
what's
you're
the
wrong.
evidence that Jesus was more than a man?
The way he was born, the way he lived, and the way he died. And
So
even the way he resurrected. Like
yeah.
everything
So
about Jesus is
I just
crazy.
ask you, so do you have any evidence for the miracles that doesn't come from the Bible?
If you want to if you want to find them, you can find them. They're there.
Yeah, but could you give them to me? I just want evidence for
Not me
I want evidence for
personally.
the
I'm not a
Bible that doesn't come
historian.
from the Bible.
I'm not a historian, and I'm not a
So to be clear, you have no evidence. You can provide me with nothing.
but the evidence are there. You have to go look for them.
Yeah, I've
What I'm saying.
to be clear, I've already looked for it. I've came to the
Where?
conclusion that there's
Where?
no evidence.
Where?
So
You don't
there's
sound
evidence
like
that Jesus
somebody
existed as a person.
who is
There
even
is no
capable
evidence
of
that Jesus performed
reading
miracles.
a simple book, let alone going after evidence. Like,
Yeah,
what?
I went on like a research deep dive. I read the Christian perspective. I tried to figure out what evidence Christians actually cite to come to the conclusion that miracles happened, and what they cite is always the Bible. The Bible is not evidence for the Bible.
Don't tell me that your research was just reading the Bible, Ian.
No, I told you my research was. I'll tell you again because it seems like you weren't tracking that answer.
Didn't get it. I didn't get it.
My research specifically, I looked through various sources. I tried to figure out, why do Christians claim that these miracles actually happened? What are they citing that proves that Jesus was resurrected, that he walked on water, that he turned water into wine, that Mary was a virgin when she
reading a
gave
bunch
birth?
of nonsense
The
online.
sources for all of this, every single one of these sources, is the Bible. There's no contemporary source that claims that any of these miracles happened.
That's what I'm saying, Ian.
Yeah,
The only
so
thing you did-
you're saying that there's no evidence.
No, the only thing you did, Ian, was read a bunch of things online. The research I'm talking about, or is your going to places, talking to historian, like meeting people that dug the ground, like dug things out of the ground. Because I know that I know that they've excavated stuff about Jesus, like his blood or something like that. Something
No,
like that.
so this is like another thing. Like all these are like very easy to disprove. So the excavated blood, the person who excavated the blood refuses to let anyone else see it or test it or do anything like that. They just say, "Fuck no, you can't test this blood to verify like the dubious claims." Like there's no evidence for any of this. Okay. He ran. Fair enough, I guess. I can't blame him for that. Make sure you're double tapping on that screen. Let's get to 120k likes. Drop a follow as well if you're enjoying the stream. You should consider joining the Discord as well. It's a great place. We talk about philosophy, religion, politics. It's very active. I'm very active in it. You should join the Discord like many others have.
Hello?
Link to the Discord is in my bio. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
How's it going?
How old are you?
18.
And do you think God is real?
Yeah, the Christian God.
Yeah, so do you have an argument for the existence of your God?
So, to start off, I can talk about like just the reason why we all exist, like just like the reason for the creation of everything. Like, how do you think the universe like began?
What part of the universe specifically?
Like literally everything.
Like any part of the universe at all? Yeah, so
Like,
I can answer this question. I would just need to know. I'm gonna give the same answer that you give. So I just need to ask you, where do you think God came from?
to say that is kind of like saying that God has a start. God is eternal, so he
Okay.
wouldn't have a beginning or an end.
Yep. So I would just say that the universe is eternal.
You would just say the universe is eternal.
Yeah.
So just it always was, nothing else, right?
So there was, I think that it changed, obviously. Like the Big Bang happened, but before the Big Bang could have been a lot of things. It could have been a cyclic universe that stretches on back into infinity, going through cycles of bounces and crunches. Or it could have been like a singularity which existed eternally until it rapidly expanded into the universe.
And is there any life in this universe?
Yeah, I mean, we're life.
No, like from before, like before the Big Bang, if you believe in it.
Not that we know of.
So you would say that we came from non-life. Yes or no?
Yeah, I would say that we came from abiogenesis and then evolution.
My question is like, did everything like since the Big Bang was the Big Bang caused by like non-life?
I'm not. Yeah, I would say that the cause of the Big Bang was not alive.
So I don't see how that could be possible because there's no proof of like any life coming from like non-life that I've
No,
seen.
there's a lot of proof actually. So the leading scientific theory right now is that in ocean vents, what the conditions were ideal for atoms to turn into organic compounds to turn into organelles, and organelles to turn into cells.
And this is a theory?
Yeah, it's like the leading theory.
And where did you hear this?
I think I heard it from like one of my friends on TikTok, but I looked into it. It's called abiogenesis if you're interested.
Biogenesis.
Abiogenesis.
Abiogenesis. Okay. I'll look at that. Earlier there was like you were bringing up the argument of like God allowing like earthquakes and killing like 60 million people.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, somebody said like it was like a punishment for us.
Yeah.
And how do you
your
feel
account
about
of
that?
earthquakes? Why do you think an all good, all loving God who can stop earthquakes would just choose to not stop earthquakes?
So I feel as though he does that because since he gave us free will and like literally the reason why we're like in sin right now because like Adam and Eve had the choice to rather eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge or not to do it. And they still ate it. And that's why we're getting punished like this. And for him to step in would pretty much be like encroaching on our free will.
What?
And that would be like him doing things like for us.
Do you think, okay, there's like a couple of ways we can take this. I think the most obvious one, so you're saying that God doesn't interfere with human affairs?
Not unless he's asked, no, or if it's in his will.
Wait, not unless he's asked?
Yeah, like if you pray to him and ask him, and if it's in his will, he'll do it.
Okay. Wait, so if it's not in his will he do it?
No.
And if it was in his will he do it regardless of whether or not he's prayed to?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then prayer is useless. So the only if you pray to him and ask him for something, it's either in his will, in which case he was already going to do it, and you don't need the prayer, or he wasn't going to do it, and he's not going to answer the prayer. So prayer is useless. Is the conclusion?
I'd say more like he knew you were going to pray about it, and he knew you. He was like, and he knew that you would trust in him, and that would be why.
Oh well, I mean, I think that this is like a pretty shoddy explanation, but why? I'm sure lots of people have prayed while they're like in the middle of an earthquake for the earthquake to stop, and then those people died. So I'm sure that
Yeah, if
that's
that's the case,
happened
then it
with
just wasn't in as well.
every earthquake. Yeah. So you're saying that it's a part of God's will for people to die in earthquakes.
Uh, yeah,
Okay. So is God's will good?
because death is not the end for for everybody actually.
Yeah. So is God's will good?
Yeah.
So you would say that these people dying in earthquakes is good because God's will is good, and this is a part of God's will.
I mean, that's a crazy way to say it, but yes.
Yeah. So you would say that these people dying in earthquakes is good. So let me.
I believe it's good for someone to die and then get to like go to God, pretty much.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen for and
Because
let's do so
Yeah.
for this let's take like the deadliest earthquake that ever happened. In 2004 there was an earthquake in Indonesia. Indonesia is I think only 13% Christian. So or wait, is it 11% Christian? How Christian is Indonesia? I looked this up earlier. Yeah, it's 11% Christian. So this earthquake killed 227,000 people. So you think that these 227,000 people dying was good, keeping in mind that the vast majority of these people did not go to heaven, that in your worldview, 89% of these people went straight to hell.
So I kind of see we're confused. A lot of people think that like after death you go straight to heaven or straight to hell, but you don't. And nobody goes to heaven or hell until like pretty much the end days when Jesus will judge everybody. Like when God will judge everybody.
So why do I need the fire insurance then?
Sorry?
Why do I need the fire insurance then? If I'm not going to hell, then like what's the point?
No, I'm not saying you're not going to hell.
Like why would I care? If I don't go straight to hell, if I have the chance to repent, why do I care?
Why do you care about your life like in the world?
No, like why do I care about Christianity? If I'm not going to hell and I have a chance to repent after I'm dead, why does it matter that I become a Christian during life?
It's a good question. I'd say mostly because you wouldn't have to like go through all the process of like needing to convert, because I'm not too like knowledgeable about the topic, but after death I believe we do go to like a place called Sheol. Do you know what that is?
Is that purgatory?
Essentially, kind of sound like that. But from there until like the end times, like that's where we'll be, and that's pretty much where you kind of got to decide.
That's fine. Then I'll just decide there. But currently, there is no reason for me to make that decision. There is no evidence. There is no argument. There is no reason for why I should convert to Christianity if I can just repent in the afterlife.
But why not believe now and then just not have to switch when you go to the afterlife?
Because I can do a lot of like very liberating things. There's like a lot of things that I can do now that I couldn't do if I were a Christian. I couldn't have like extramarital sex if I were a Christian. I couldn't, whatever the fuck it is, whatever like else, whatever other arbitrary rules I'd have to go to church, like massive waste of my time. I'd have to pray to God and like repent, another massive waste of my time.
So pretty much what you're saying is that you want to indulge in what we know as sin.
Fuck
here and now.
Fuck yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And you won't convert until you like what see God.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Christianity, like sight is pretty much the opposite of faith, and you need faith in Jesus. Well, you need faith in God, actually. Just yeah. And to only like want to go to heaven just because you've seen him or just because you know is real, it's kind of like just weird, because God, like he wants our full love and he wants our heart, pretty much. Not like he wants our physical heart, but
Yeah.
he wants our love, pretty much.
Yeah,
And
well,
you have to
there's
have
like
love in
kind of a killer double bind here. Either I have the ability to repent in the afterlife, in which case I simply don't care about Christianity. I can cross that bridge when I come to it. Or you can't repent in the afterlife, and you have to affirm that the majority of the people who died in the earthquake, the 227,000 people who died in the earthquake, are not able to repent. That the 89% of them are in fact not able to repent and will be burning in hell for all of eternity. It's one or the other.
I mean, there's still, even after, like, there's still people who won't accept Jesus even after death.
Well, that's fine. But I would accept Jesus after death.
But would you love him, though?
Yeah, if he was real, sure, I'd love him.
Wholeheartedly?
Yeah, wholeheartedly. I mean, if Jesus proves himself to me in the afterlife, then yeah, I'll repent, sure.
Okay, I'll take your word for it then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah.
Make sure you're double tapping on that screen. Yeah, I don't know, but like that is like the anti-Christian view. Like the Christian view is not in line with that. They do think that you go straight to hell. But wait one second, I need to take my phone out of its case. Sorry for that. But make sure you're double tapping on that screen. Let's get to 130k likes. Drop a follow as well if you're enjoying the stream, so you never miss one in the future. And with that, we will see what the next guest is cooking up. Ian is God. No, I agree. Based W. I should start a cult. I feel like I'd be a really good cult leader.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
All right. So.
Wait, how old are you? How old are you? How old are you? Okay. Well. Ian loves sin. That's true. I do love sin. There's a lot of sins that I'm a big fan of. I think lots of sins are really cool and a lot of fun. This is something I believe. No, you're correct. Yeah, exactly. It's just gonna be like a sin W. Golly, I just can't find a guess. This is terrible. List my favorite sins. Extramarital sex, working on the Sabbath, denying the existence of God, blasphemy. I fucking love blasphemy. What other sins do I like? This person says, well, so you cheat on your wife. That's not what extramarital sex is. I don't have a wife. Extramarital sex is just like having sex with someone. I mean, it's like technically out of wedlock, but like being unmarried is also out of wedlock. If I had a wife and we were not in an open relationship, then I would think that like cheating on your wife is bad, obviously. Like, be fucking real. Damn. I can't stand the existence of these guests. It's like genuinely so awful. Do you believe in hell? No, I sure don't. I don't know why I would. Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey, how old are you? Okay. Bro, I'm never getting another guest. This is crazy. Oh. This person says that I'm like cherry picking guests. I just bring the first person up in the guest request box. Like the order the order you request in is the order you're brought up in, to be clear. Bro, it's like literally never gonna happen. I'm never going to get another guest. This is so terrible. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going? How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I'm just making sure.
So do you think God is real?
Yes, I do.
And which God specifically do you believe in?
All right, that's kind of a hard one for me to
What
answer.
religion are you?
I believe in the Bible for the most part. The Bible and
So
the Quran.
you're a Christian. You believe in the Christian God.
The Bible, like the God of the Bible and the Quran.
What?
They're the same.
What? Yeah, like I know the wait, so do you also believe in like so you believe in like the Abrahamic God?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So do you have an argument for the existence of this God?
Yeah, there's tons of like arguments.
Wait, so do you think that this God is I guess I'd
all
just
of
ask
the
if you believe
events
in
of the Bible.
if you believe in both like the God of the Quran and also the God of the Bible, do you think your God is both three, or do you think your God is three, or do you think your God is one?
I know you're going at the fact that like the Trinity again.
Yeah. So do you accept the Trinity?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then your God is just the God of the Bible, it's not the God of the Quran.
They're the same.
Every one of both of those religions would disagree with you.
All right.
But that's fine. So what's your specific argument
they
for
don't
the
understand
existence?
the whole history. Well,
Yeah, wait, so what's your argument for the existence of the Christian
a God, period? Well, I have evidence for a God, period.
Yeah, what's your evidence for a God?
And it goes into the evidence of how it is most likely the Christian God.
Yeah, so what's your argument?
So one, the way we all theorize in Western science, for the most part, how the world began and how our planet began, even how the universe began in and of itself, all aligns with Genesis. All
It sure
7
doesn't.
It 100%
That's extremely
does.
untrue.
It 100% does.
Yeah, wait. You want to stand by the claim that it 100% aligns with Genesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So do you think outer space is water?
You're talking about the firmament?
Yeah, well, just
That's
like it
not-
says that it was water separated from water. So do you think outer space is water?
Outer space is not water. But first,
Yeah, so then you don't agree with 100% of Genesis.
But there is a lot of water in space.
I don't think that's true.
That is true.
What percent of space is water? Could
it
you
may
tell
not
me?
be in the form of water, like the water we know, but it's definitely.
Yeah, well, so water is just H2O. So can you tell me how much H2O is in space? Unless you think water is not H2O.
Water is 100% H2O.
Yeah, so how much H2O is there in space?
In our science.
What? What was that?
In our view of science as it is now, water is H2O.
Yep. So, how much water is there in space?
How am I supposed to know that?
You made the claim. You said that there's a lot of water in space. I'm asking you how much water is there in space?
But how would I know how would I know how much water is in space?
Yeah, but just like a rough percentage. I mean, if you don't know how much water is in space, then it seems like kind of silly for you to make the claim that there's a lot of water in space.
But on the same coin, you can't say that there's no water in space.
Well, I arrive at beliefs based on evidence. So unless I'm given evidence that there's water and that there's like a substantial amount of water in space, I would assume that there's not a substantial amount of water in space.
Well, some asteroids that have fallen to our surface, that have actually made it onto our surface, were just big balls of ice. Like small.
Yeah, that's totally cool. So it specifically says that outer space, all of it is water. That's the claim made by the Bible. Not just that water exists in space, but rather that it was all water, and then God separated water from water, the water above the firmament from the water below the firmament.
That is. So, like the earlier scriptures are mostly parable and hyperbole.
Oh, perfect. So then we would agree that Genesis's creation story, your core argument, the argument that you came on here to make, that Genesis's creation story is actually incorrect.
No.
But you just said it's parable. No, you get one or the other. Either Genesis's creation story is correct, in which case outer space is water, or Genesis's creation story is incorrect, in which case you have no argument.
No, but a parable doesn't mean that the story is wrong. The parable just means that the story is told in a different way.
So which part? Explain to me how the story is accurate.
All right, so our world, do you know how our world started?
Like the Earth specifically, or like the universe, or?
Yeah, our Earth specifically.
I think that's like the theory that I'm fuzzy on. No, I'm not sure. I mean, I think it came from the Big Bang, and it was just like a result of probably like rocks and gravity in space, but.
But like our Earth, as the rock we know it, that we stand on, that we're talking to each other miles away from each other, probably.
Yeah.
Like, how did this ball that it was formed by gravity?
Gravity. I'm not sure what question you're asking.
Like, you're saying the rocks came together. You're saying the rocks came together, right?
Yeah, just like that there's like a gravitational force between large enough rocks.
Yeah, but so the rocks came together, right? And then our Earth for a while was struggling to figure out how it was. It was hot. It was cold. There was gas everywhere. It was just dark. There was just darkness, fire, and brimstone.
I don't think that's true. I think that I don't know if there was. How can it be both dark and also have fire on it? Plus, like
because you can't.
Sure, when the Earth started orbiting the sun, but I mean, if the sun existed and we were orbiting it, then it was probably not dark.
But through gas, you wouldn't be able to see anything if there's a lot of gas. Like they theorized how it was in the beginning.
Yeah, maybe that's fine. So what about that?
So
what about that?
And then the gas, it formed into what we know now as our atmosphere. Our atmosphere created clouds. H2O started forming in our atmosphere. And then we have water. Water covered all of our planet. And then eventually.
Wait, can you like land the plane? Like, what's your point?
Huh?
What's your point?
Well, you do this all the time. You do this and you're talking. Let me just.
Well,
speak.
Yeah, but just like get to it. Like it just sounds like you're just like telling me how the Earth formed. Like, what does this matter?
Yeah, but you said
why
you
does this
didn't
mean that there's a
understand.
God?
You're just saying that you said to me that you didn't understand how it was. So
No,
I'm
that's
just
well, so that's
explaining.
fine. Cool.
I'm
So let's assume that what
so,
you're saying is true. Then what?
but are you? I'm still trying to tell you.
What's your point?
Do you understand how the world was formed or not? That's what I'm
Sure.
trying to ask you.
Yeah. Well, so it sounds like
Is it
it
sure or
sounds like
yes?
my understanding of how it was formed was like perfectly fine before.
No, but I'm
That it
saying,
was in fact just rocks coming together via gravity, and then there was like a long process of the Earth like terraforming.
okay, so that's your assumption of it, like how I'm explaining it to you right now.
Well, that was my assumption before, that the Earth went through a long process of terraforming, that it went through like multiple ice ages. Yeah, like I already
But
knew
the way I'm
that part
explaining
of
it,
it.
right? But that's how your timeline is off, and your
What about my timeline is off?
and what you're saying right now is off.
What about my timeline is off?
Like, huh?
What about my timeline is off?
Like, not like we didn't go like the Earth wasn't going through ice ages at that
Wait,
time.
you don't think the Earth went through ice ages?
No, I'm saying at those times that you're.
Yeah, wait, so I
I'm
just said that
speaking
the Earth
about
went through ice
in the
ages in
beginning.
general, not that they went through ice ages at like I didn't specify the time of the ice ages.
Okay, all right, let's get over that fact then. But I'm trying to explain to you how it went, and I'm trying to
Yeah, wait, so okay, this is like I've asked you for like 3 minutes. What's your point? I'm gonna need a point.
But I'm trying to I'm trying to ask you if you understand how the world
Yes, I
formed.
understand how the world formed.
So in all of those ways, it was darkness, then water, then land. Am I wrong?
No. So it was land, because it started out as rocks coming together, like rocks are land. So first it was
No, I'm saying, but that's not none of that is inhabitable.
okay.
That's just rock. Like that's just barren rock and darkness.
Wait, do you think that there was anything at the bottom of these oceans?
Hmm?
Do you think there was anything at the bottom of these oceans?
What do you mean?
So you said that the earth was
Of
like covered
course
in
there was
water.
something
Was there
at the
anything at the
bottom of
bottom
the
of this water?
Of course there was something at the bottom.
And what was the stuff at the bottom of the water?
Could you stand on it? Is what I'm trying to say. Without drowning.
Yes.
Could you stand on this?
Wait,
on
without
that rock?
drowning? I guess not, but in terms of like the actual order of events,
That's what I'm saying though. But
in
that's what
in
I'm saying,
terms
though.
in terms of the
The whole
actual
earth
order of
was
events,
covered in water.
the land was there before the water
But
was
the
there.
earth was covered in water.
I think. Wait, does it say covered in water, or does it just say the earth was water?
But the earth was covered in water. Right? In the
Genesis
how the
1, hovering with the waters, formless and empty. Yeah. So like it starts out by just saying that he was like hovering over, that it was empty, but somehow he's hovering over water. So do you think like water is a thing?
I'm just talking I'm
Wait, so if
strictly talking
if
about the science right now.
so this is like just flavored water. So is this empty?
Do you understand the science or no?
Is this empty?
Do you understand the science or no?
Is this empty? I understand the science. Is this glass empty?
I don't think you do.
Is
'Cause
that
I'm
wait,
not-
you're dodging. Is this glass empty?
I'm not dodging. You're the one dodging.
Is this glass?
I've been trying to ask you.
Is this
do you
glass
understand the
empty?
science of how
Is
the
it
world-
empty? Is the glass empty?
No, the glass is not empty.
Yes. So we
So how
agree
does
that water, that if something
that have to do
contains
with
water, that it is not empty. So when it says at the beginning that the earth was formless and empty, that the darkness was over the surface of the deep and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters, that the earth was in fact not empty, because if water is inside of something, then it is not empty. The earth cannot have water and also be empty.
What I'm trying to say is the way that the science has told it.
You can't answer the objection, so you're pivoting
Huh?
to like a broader general point. Answer specifically how it's possible to say that the earth was empty when there was water in the earth.
What do you say? The earth was empty because there was no land for things to inhabit it.
But we agreed that if something has water, then it's not empty.
Because he's saying empty as there's nothing inhabiting it.
Yeah, but the earth is not empty because there is water inside of it. We agreed. We can go back to this. So do you think this glass is empty? This glass is just water. Is this glass empty?
If you have a room and there's nobody in the room, is this
glass of water empty?
No, the glass of water is not empty.
And why is it not empty?
Because it is a glass of water.
Yes. So in the same way, the earth is not empty because it has water.
But is the water empty?
Is the water? Yeah, the water is empty, but it says specifically, it says the earth was formless and empty. It's not talking about the water. It doesn't say the water is empty. It says the earth is empty. The earth is not empty.
The water, there's only water.
Yes, and water is a thing. Therefore, the earth is not empty.
But it is formless.
But it says it's formless and empty. Also, I would say that it was quite formful.
There's nothing inhabiting
there was never a single point in time where the earth was formless. But this is also avoiding the problem because it makes two claims. It says formless and empty. So if you agree that it in fact was not empty, then the Genesis story is wrong.
The water is empty. Do you not understand?
It's not talking about the water. It's talking about the earth. Wait,
but you're bringing the water into
which thing? What object is being described as empty?
The world.
Yes, not the water. The world. The earth. The water can be empty. Cool. It's not talking about the water. It's talking about the earth.
Which makes if you have a room, say there's a room, right? And nobody is in the room. What is the room?
If nobody's in the room, well, yes. I mean, it depends. It depends on what. This is just going to be a different sense of the word empty.
Huh?
Like this is just using empty in a different sense. The room is not literally.
That's what you're
empty.
doing right now. You're using empty in a different way.
Yeah. So then that just means that your God is like a terrible communicator because his Genesis story is like purely metaphorical.
But how does that make it a bad communication?
Because it's so do you think that metaphor is like a good way to talk, like strictly talk about scientific matters? Like if you never actually explain the science and you only talk in metaphors, do you think that that's like a good scientific explainer?
There are plenty of people that do that. If people answer a question with a question, that is basically the same thing.
That's not. Do you know what a metaphor is?
Yes.
Can you tell me? Do you think a metaphor is a question?
No, a metaphor isn't a question.
Yeah, so then we can say that it's not the same thing at all. Cool.
But the transfer of information hands off the same way.
Yeah. So that's fine. Like you can, the occasional use of metaphor is fine, but the fact that it is never actually said what is meant, what's true, what truly happened, is never said. There is literally no reason why. I mean, like going back to the water example, like what's water metaphorical for in this sense? Like why? What's the metaphor in saying that outer space is water?
Because think about people before we understood.
People knew what a vacuum was. People knew what a vacuum was by the time the Bible was written. There were like literally philosophers in ancient Greece who knew what a vacuum was. Like they had the concept of nothing. Nothing is a much better descriptor of outer space than water.
That's not true.
Which part of it?
What do what do they use to train space, like astronauts for space?
This is completely irrelevant. Wait, do you think space is more like nothing, or do you think it's more like water?
It's very much like water.
You think space is like water? In what way?
The way that space acts is very much like water.
In what
Like
way?
the gravitational pulls of different things are like currents and waves.
Do you think there's gravitational pull in the vacuum of space?
Yes.
Yeah, but and the gravitational pull comes specifically from masses. It doesn't come from the vacuum itself. It comes from the masses within the vacuum.
Exactly. And that's exactly how
But
water
that's
works.
that's not space
how
that has
water
this
works.
effect. That's the masses themselves.
But you're affected you're affected in space.
Cool.
It's not the
So
water.
why does that mean that it's more like
It's not the water that causes the current.
Yeah. But why
things that are in the water
why does that mean that the substance of space is more similar to water than the substance of space is similar to a vacuum, to nothing?
Because of all of those waves and gravity. Like they are literally measured in waves.
Wait, you think that the waves that travel through
very
space?
similar.
You think the
Huh?
waves that travel through space are like the waves that travel through water? Are you serious?
They're very similar in the way they affect different
In the
different
sense
things,
that they're
very
both
similar.
waves, sure. But there's a lot more to waves than just like the understanding that you have of waves in water is very different than the waves that exist. There were not waves like there are in water in space.
Yes, I understand they're not waves like they are in
Yes.
water.
So
But they are things that are felt. Like they are things that actually have
this is an absurd conclusion, defending that you think outer space is the vacuum of space is more similar to water than it is to a vacuum.
like I just don't think I think you are trying to look into it very literally.
Yeah, if it's a creation story, if you're literally appealing to it, it is literal. And that's fine. Wait, so I even said, even if it's not literal, even if it is metaphorical, what's the metaphor? What two things is it comparing?
It's not a metaphor. I'm saying it's parable.
So
and
what is a
hyperbole.
parable?
It is a story meant to convey a bigger picture.
So why couldn't this bigger picture have been conveyed more accurately?
Because you're speaking to a different type of people.
But these people know what nothing is. They know what a vacuum is.
Not in the way we understand it.
Yes, they did. They literally did.
We have tools to actually look at.
Do you think that these people didn't have a conception of nothing?
Huh?
Do you think these people didn't have a conception of nothing?
Of course they had a perception of nothing. You look into an empty bucket and that's nothing in there.
Yes, so nothing would have been the better descriptor than water. What water sounds like is someone who doesn't know what the fuck outer space is, taking a wild guess at it.
No. How are you going to explain to somebody that never even understood why there are stars in the sky? It's just bright. They just think they're bright lights. There's no way to actually tell them how things are.
Yes, there is. Are you kidding? You can explain concepts to people very easily by just appealing to concepts they already know. So for example, this is actually another great point about something that it gets wrong as well. The Bible posits that these stars are like fixed in the sky. This is again a great example of the Bible sounding like it was written by someone who had no fucking clue what they were talking about, but just took a guess at it. That stars are in fact not attached into the sky. They're not attached to the firmament. They're like large objects, very much like Earth, except a lot hotter and like fiery. And they're very far away, but because they're so big, we can still see them. That would have been a much better descriptor than saying that stars are like lodged in the sky, as it says.
Have you ever looked at the night sky like constantly? Like, have you ever star watched?
Do you think stars are lodged in the night sky?
No. But have you ever done it? Like, have you ever
Sure.
looked at? And is it yes or no?
Yeah.
There's no sure.
Sure.
But, like,
Sure
have you
means
looked-
yes. By
But
the way.
no, it does. No, it doesn't. It means you're not sure of what you're saying.
You think sure means I'm not sure?
Yes, that's exactly what it means. You don't want to say yes or no, so you say sure. You can either say yes or no.
Bro's taking issue with the language I'm using. Sure means yes, my dude. Define sure. Let's look it up. Sure means confident in what one thinks or knows, having no doubt that one is right. So when I say
different.
sure, I'm saying yes.
Are you
I'm
sure?
affirming.
That's an are you sure? That's the way they
No.
define it.
I'm saying
You're saying sure.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, that's perfect. Wait, you're actually completely right. The way I'm using it is as an adverb. In this case, it means certainly.
Not in the American language. But
oh yeah, wait. Let's stick with that. Wait, so you think that sure doesn't mean certainly?
All right, but can we get back to our original topic before you decided to?
Can you? I'm sorry. Would you mind reading that? Can you just say that
Completely
word?
different. Completely different.
Can you? Can you
context
just?
for a second.
Would you mind saying that word?
Completely different context.
Would you mind? Could you just
as
say
your
that word?
sentence. What sentence? What word?
The words the adverb, the informal North American. Can you just say that word?
Yeah, but look at the sentence.
Wait, can you?
underneath of
But
it.
can you just like say that word?
North American? Yeah, but look
Wait,
underneath
I
where it
just
says
wanna,
Texas.
can you just like say the word?
Texas sure was a great.
Wait,
was a great
just like
place to
wait, not
grow.
not the sentence, the definition. Can you just like say the word? Do you? Oh, I can. Maybe you're not sure which word I'm talking about.
I'm looking. Look,
this
what?
one. Would you? Can you just like say this word?
Certainly.
Yes, thank you. So sure does in fact mean certainly. I'm glad we came to this conclusion together.
Not in the way you're saying it, but word. All right.
Okay, I'm glad we took this detour to critique
Well,
my
just say
language
certain.
and then for you to be immediately proven wrong about it.
Well, you could have said
Pop off, I
certainly.
guess.
But
yeah. So
on our original topic.
yes,
you
I
ever
have.
looked
I have looked
stars,
at the
though?
night sky. Yes, correct.
When you look at stars, they only change they only change at certain times of the year. So if you are looking up at the night sky as a person that doesn't have a telescope, that doesn't has no real idea what what they're actually looking at, you're going to say that all the stars are stuck in position because they're not really changing. That's the reason why people can navigate using the stars.
No. So there's they actually differentiate specifically between stars and the sun. The sun is like the light. Stars are seen as like something completely different. The fact that they didn't know, the person who wrote Genesis didn't know that stars are the same thing as the sun is a really great reason why it was almost certainly written by humans.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, that it was very obviously written by humans. Your creation story was written by humans. It's not accurate.
It is accurate. Like
Yeah,
we
so
just
do you think
just went over it.
why would they
How
why would they
accurate.
not say that the star like that stars are similar to the sun or that the sun is a star?
They do.
Where do they say that the sun is a star?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you hear? I said that they said in the Bible it says the sun is a shining star.
Yeah, where can you give me the verse? The Bible, sun is a giant star.
That is not what I said, but cool.
That is word for word what you said. So can you give me the verse where the Bible says that the sun is a star?
I cannot give you the verse right now.
Would you want to take some time, look it up? We can wait. I have all day. I'm excited to see Guest come back with like literally nothing because it doesn't say that. Guest was backed into a corner, so he decided to lie. But I'm sure he'll figure. I'm sure he already knows that, but we'll figure it out soon. Hey, if you're joining, make sure you're double tapping on that screen while we wait for the guest to provide the verse that the sun is a star, where the Bible claims that the sun is a star. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I'm excited to see nothing come of it, but I'd love to plug the Discord right now while we're waiting. Do you think words. So if you're enjoying the stream, you should feel free to drop a follow so you never miss a stream from me in the future. You should also consider joining the Discord. I'd absolutely love to see you there. It's a very active space. We talk about politics, philosophy, religion, really whatever you want to talk about. It's a super friendly place. The people in there are all very nice. I've had a great time there. It's been a pleasure getting to know so many people. A lot of people are very active in the server. There's discourse that happens literally every day. I just think it's like a lot of fun. I enjoy it pretty substantially. I've been told that the link itself doesn't work. So you might need to check out you might need to access it via a browser. And to do that, you just go to tiktok.com and search my username, which is Ian is hiding. And if you do that, you can find my account, you can find the Discord link, and you can join the Discord. I would absolutely love to see you there. I appreciate every gift that has been given to me. It's been a wonderful time so far. I've been really enjoying the stream, and I got a whole bunch of new followers. That's really kind of you. Y'all are always so kind. I really appreciate my community. I appreciate all the followers. Each and every one of you is like literally just so nice. I love all of you, but I don't know. It's a good time. I hope everyone's staying safe. I know that there's like lots of protests and that the protests are really important. And also that a lot of people in my community are taking part in like protests on their campus, like their various campuses. So again, I just hope that y'all are good, y'all are safe. I think that the cause you're pursuing is really good. And I really appreciate the work that you're doing.
All right.
Hey, what's up? Do you have the verse that says the sun is a star?
Yeah.
What's the verse?
So it says glory to the sun, glory to the moon, and then glory to the stars, for one star is greater than the others.
And is this not talking about God or?
No, it's
and what verse? Can I get the verse for this specifically?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna be paused for a second, like my audio. Can you hear me?
Yep.
1 Corinthians 15:41. Yo, I just wanted to say, aside from this argument, you seem like a pretty cool dude. Just like you know.
Hey,
that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you seem pretty cool too. I don't know.
Debate, not argument. Not debate, not argument.
No, that's fine. I think debates involve arguments. I'm not scared of the word argument.
You're very much like my girlfriend and the way she thinks. Me and her talk back and forth about this all the time.
Is she also a non-believer?
Like I don't know, like really how to really explain it. Like she's not like, she's kind of like agnostic, I guess you'd say. Like she grew up like as a Christian, so she's like very standoffish about it. Like now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like I was the same way growing up. Like my parents like forced me into it, and like I was in like a crazy church where it's like kind of a cult type John.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like so like now I've been going through my own like discovery of everything.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's just now I'm like trying to look at it, and I'm looking at everything, and I'm trying to really connect dots to everything, because I think a lot of the history we've learned is kind of wonked.
For in regards to like Christianity specifically, or
that for a big fact, like that for a fact I know is because of just like the like English, like the middle, like English, like the English, how they changed it, the Bible, like all of it, like King James, like him as a person. I don't like the fact that they let him. I'm not even gonna go into that, but he's a terrible dude. I'm pretty like I'm
yeah,
like, he's not like a good dude. So I just don't like how everybody likes to go off of everything.
No,
you don't
definitely.
like, like they don't, like nobody goes and really like looks at everything for themselves anymore. They just kind of go off of it.
Yeah, yeah. So but I like looked up this verse specifically.
Yeah.
I think it's so the reason that I don't think that it's like talking specifically about the sun is because it would be weird for it to say like glory to the sun and like glory to stars, but like especially glory to the sun. I think the fact that it's giving glory to the sun at the very beginning means that it's probably like the one star that's better than all the other stars is probably not the sun. I just think it's like weird to give glory to the sun twice.
Yeah, I can see how you'd like think like that. But which versions are you looking at?
I'm looking at like all of them. So for star differs from star and glory, or so the ESV and then the NIV, and star differs from star and splendor. For star, wait, why is the grammar on this like so fucked? It's
Yeah,
only the
that's
CSB. In fact, one star
also
differs from
why
another star. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh wait, this there's actually a different reason why this isn't saying what you are saying that it's saying. I just realized. So it's just drawing the distinction between different stars. It's not classifying the sun as a star. It's just saying that like, that's why the grammar was so fucked. It just clicked for me. Is because the grammar actually isn't fucked. It's perfectly fine. It's just saying that every star differs from every other star.
what do you mean?
Yeah. So when it says
like the end part. You're just saying the end part is it's its own
yeah,
part.
because I think that's like the crux, right? Like it's because
Yeah,
you're
it's just
taking that
one-
to
like
mean
it's-
that like there's a star being singled out as being the greatest star, and it's the sun, which indicates that they think that the sun is a star, when in fact what it's actually saying, it's not. So when it, in that sense, when it says that one star is greater than the rest, or wait, what specific, what version are you reading?
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Like, I was reading all of the different versions, like ESV, NIV.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So for like the CSB, this one demonstrates the point really well. There's a splendor of the sun, another of the moon, and another of the stars. In fact, one star differs from another star in splendor. It's not talking about like, it's not singling out one star. It's using like one star in like a general sense, like how we would say like, one kid differs from another kid in their like abilities. That this is just like a general statement that makes perfect sense, that each one of these things is different. It's just like a different thing, but it's not classifying the star as a sun, or the sun as a star, the reverse.
Yeah, I can see how you're getting that.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna end stream because I have to go make dinner, but I appreciate you coming up here.
All right, dog. I'll see you.
Yep. Hey, thanks so much. Thanks everyone so much for tuning in. Feel free to drop a follow if you enjoyed the stream. If you never want to miss a single stream in the future, I'd love to see you there. And additionally, you should consider joining the Discord. I already gave the spiel, but I don't know. I think I really like it there. I think you'd really like it there. you should really genuinely, truly consider joining. I love each and every one of you. I hope you have a good day. I hope each and every one of you stays safe. God bless you if you believe in that. I hope you're all doing well. Once again, I love you and goodbye.